Hey guys, and welcome to A Mortician's Tale. One of the artists that I follow on Instagram was talking about how she did the art for this game, or like the when you buy the game, there's like a banner art, and it's really beautiful. And I wanted to play it because at one point in my life, I did want to be a mortician. So I felt close to wanting to express that feeling of that death isn't something scary and death isn't something we should be afraid of. So September 14th, 10:15 a.m. I was gonna say 2017. Okay, so we're playing this character. Oh, it says hello and welcome our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet ya. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to ya and helps with some of more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I tell it to ya when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired ya otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Funeral director, Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. This is Amy Rose. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, and embalming station, obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk, and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know you have any questions. From Jen Love. Good luck, you beautiful and smart bae, you. I guess my subject line to you should start being more professional now that we're business professionals. I can't wait to get your replies so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig starting after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and the pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry, because as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of professionalism, or professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe someone paid me to move to London. And not London, is that Oregon? I don't know. Serial killer capital of Canada. No, it's Ontario. Okay. To work in a museum, like, take that everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a funeral monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you. I'm super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you. Jen L. Museum curator. Let's see. Hope you're settling okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly and he's glad to have someone young and living to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it is important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room, so it's closed casket. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. There was another email though. It says, thanks for, oh, that's the Rose Daughters and Funeral. Holy hell, look at that. Burials with open casket? $6,000? Oh my goodness, I forgot how expensive. Wow. Alright, well, this is something. It's a very difficult job for many people to do. This is the prep room, where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Clean the sponge. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Okay. Click. Oh, there we go. Oh. Huh. There you go. That's it. You're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her into a casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You're responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. This is so different than what I expected, and I really like her outfit. Oh wow. How about you two? Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be building a chemical that is known to cause cancer into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. I mean, I guess that's how you handle grief. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? Oh. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Huh. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. That's deep, and one last person to talk to. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Is that it? Okay, so they say the same thing. I think it's time for me to go back. October 11, 10:09 a.m. Day starts early. Oh, I'm cleaning. Oh, she has beautiful tattoos. Let's see our new emails. Okay, so we'll start with Jennifer. I'm so frustrated right now. Okay, so let me explain. This is a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tiger laser liver specimen we were here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with viscerorhabdosis or something like that, which is when the organ falls to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely it didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kind of things I specially research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing. I'm having a day, Charlie. Jen. Okay. Oh, let me do the other ones. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff to the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring her own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. And the name is just passing this message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day. You know, taking our clients on their last trip around town. And I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff, messing me and my friends up real good. But so the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, you know? While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyway, one of my friends is in the same car as me. The one who got the phone call hung up and started laughing, just laughing her ass off in the way that makes you not sure if you're really just crying or if they're gone fully off the dead end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, like, go figure, life is messed up sometimes, you know? There's no moral, no point to the story, I guess. I just remember that story and I wanted to tell you because we work with death all the time. And I still sometimes get caught off guard, but what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later, and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? And then... okay, what to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes people do need a little bit of pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of this is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more to the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire, where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and Chinese culture, white is the typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it's less about the color you are wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, colors of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what it is and it isn't appropriate to wear. If you're intending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible. Even if that means not wearing what you used to wear at a funeral. Or even if it means asking how you can appropriately show your respect. Oh, that's actually really interesting. I didn't know that. I kind of just assumed everyone wore black in every funeral. Here are the instructions on your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as she can be expected. Okay, so I'll get right on it. Okay, so this time around we're actually going to be doing some embalming. Let's do this. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Okay. This actually makes death a little bit less gruesome, in my opinion. Click on the razor and drag it over the body to shave it. Oh, So this is what they do. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Oh, wow, I didn't know this. The eyeball deflates once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it its shape. Eye cap? Oh. Oh, I didn't know this. To keep the eyes shut, you need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. I'm learning so much right now. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag the cotton balls into the mouth to give it its shape. Oh, to keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. So they stuff cotton balls in their mouths. Should click and drag the needle and thread over the jaw. Oh, it's this attention to detail. Wow, I'm blown away. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Oh, wow. Okay, so we put that. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalp over the neck to make an incision. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it to the neck incision. Click on the cannula and drag it into the cartilage artery. This is how you get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. Now you need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. Okay, so connect the embalming machine to the embalming machine. Okay. And then, okay, so okay, there you go. I'm like, click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. Okay, cool. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage them through the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. It's just so interesting for me because like I didn't know anything about this. It's a process. Great, now let's sew up the incision. Click and drag the needle and thread it over to close the incision. Almost done. You need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar and then click on hold onto the abdomen until all the liquids have been drained. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup and as well as dressing and putting him into the casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrows to head to the funeral parlor. So now we're going to the funeral parlor. A lot more people this time around. How's this kid handling it? Humming to himself. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. Oh, that's the girl talking. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red no matter what. came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, and then next, poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about it for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. It's a dark topic. It's not something that everyone wants to talk about because no matter what, we all will face it. And it shouldn't be something scary and something of just, in a sense, beauty.